What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Make sure y'all like this video and share it. Also, I want y'all to go in the description box and check out my initial commentary on Lauren Smith Fields and that particular situation. I'm doing this video because I wanted to sort of add some things, clarify some things. I spoke with someone connected to her family, and they informed me of a few things. Now, they did confirm that she did in fact meet this guy, knew of this guy, but it wasn't for romantic reasons. That's what the family is telling me, right? Is that it wasn't that she was looking for him to be her boyfriend or sugar daddy. It was a business. It was supposed to be about business. She's looking to get a business off the ground, and this particular guy was looking to help her, when in actuality this guy was probably looking to prey upon her, because from what I was told, she can be very naive and she can be very trusting, to the point to where she ultimately lost her life under very suspicious circumstances. The Bridgeport Police Department did not initially handle it the right way. They took this guy's word for it, and he may get away with this. This reminds me of a situation that is going on, or that just happened over in Ghana. There was an American model who went over there to service a African billionaire who ended up losing her life under suspicious circumstances. And there might be more to that. And they're trying to say it was an OD. Her family is saying, or friends are saying, that that's not exactly accurate. And there's just a lot going on with women and their nature to trust, because the female that went over to Ghana, her name is Tiger Booty. That's her name. She went over there by herself. That's how much trust she put in the person that was bringing her there. And that's why women have to be careful, because all situations that revolve around money ain't always going to be good. Now, in the case of Lauren, I was a bit disappointed. When you look at the algorithm, when you go and you search her name on YouTube, I'm the highest viewed. I'm the first video you see. I'm the highest viewed video. And that's disappointing, because on this platform, you have so many women who talk about protecting melanated women. They speak about the problems that melanated women go through, and they're quiet on this. They're very silent on this. And I think I know why, but it's disappointing, because all the rhetoric that you speak about, you're not speaking up for a woman whose passing may not be solved, or they may just say, hey, it was a case of her ODing. It was natural causes. A seemingly happy and healthy female just passing away like that. That something's wrong there. But because we have this unknown older Caucasian man who the Bridgeport police seemingly took his word, I think the guy's connected, and they are just letting this thing go. And so are these same people who claim to speak up for melanated women. They're nowhere to be found. My video was the highest viewed video. It shouldn't be that way. All these women with their platforms, and they're not saying anything. Why is that? Why is this young woman's passing being swept under the rug? Is it because it doesn't fit your narrative? If the race of the guy who's at the center of this was different, would the reaction be different? It probably would. But you have a lot of people who want to ignore this because it doesn't fit their narrative, unfortunately. But you know who's going to speak up for the voiceless? It's going to be me. Because as a black man, okay, who has women in his family, this just didn't sit right with me. When you see a police department that's refusing to do their job, when you see a family that wants answers and they're not getting it, you have a detective that's being arrogant towards the family, but then later coming back and apologizing once the story goes viral. And I had some things to do with that, you know, bringing awareness to this. It shouldn't take me as a black man to bring awareness to this. There should be a lot of other people, and you know who I'm talking about, who should be bringing awareness to this. I shouldn't look up Lauren Smith Fields on YouTube and my video is the first one that comes up. I'm the highest viewed video. That should not be the case, but it is. And I'm going to speak on it because I should, because again, this case does not sit right with me. The Bridgeport Police Department are not doing their jobs. Somebody needs to be fired or reassigned because they bumbled this case. You let this guy go because he's a nice guy. He's a nice older gentleman. No, he's a guy that's connected. He's a guy that has money, and he's a guy that's buying his way out of this situation, either because of who he is or because of who he knows. That's just how it is, man. And I'm starting to see more of these cases where you have women who are meeting men online and mysterious things are happening to them. And in Lauren Smith's case, unfortunately, she was very naive. But again, that's what a lot of her situation could teach a lot of young women in her age range who want to be influencers, who want to build their own business, so to speak, like Lauren was. You need to be careful of who you invite into your home because you don't know these people. And just because a guy is older or he may be of a different race does not mean that he's trustworthy. That doesn't mean that whatsoever. But that's the problem. And that's why this is being swept under the rug, because it doesn't fit the narrative. Because there's a stereotype that Caucasian people are to be trusted, especially if they're older and they're more successful. You can trust them. No, you have to be weary of most people, don't matter what their race is. Unfortunately for her, she thinks that she's getting to meet a guy who's going to help make what she wants to happen a reality. But this guy took advantage of that. He took advantage of that. And he may not face any consequences for this. And there's a lot of weird circumstances, but the police department in Bridgeport, Connecticut, refused to do their jobs. You shouldn't have to apologize if you're doing your job. If you're handling your business and you're doing things the right way and you're trying to bring justice for the family, then you shouldn't be in a situation where you're having to apologize for the way people in that department are acting towards the grieving family who don't even know what's going on. Now, I don't think the toxicology report or the full autopsy has been released as of me making this video, but we can't just sweep this under the rug. We can't just let this case just go to the wayside due to the lack of people who have interest in it. And to this day, there's not as much interest in this as it should be. You know why? Because again, it doesn't fit some of you people's narratives. This should be jarring for a lot of, especially a lot of melanated people who have women in their families, who see a police department that sees a grieving family, but there are people in there who don't care. You have this woman had her mother and her father in her life. She had both parents in her life. So it wasn't a situation where she didn't have them. She did. But her nature was too trusting of a guy that she thought would help make her dreams become a reality. But he sold her a dream. And now she's no longer here. But what we can do is bring this to the forefront and let people know what's going on out here in the world and what you can learn from this. There's a lot of young women who want to get into that influencer lifestyle, and they want to fly out to these different countries and meet these men by themselves, or they want to go out here and meet men off the internet thinking that it's one thing when it might be another. You have to be careful. And what this story should be able to do is to wake a lot of these young ladies up, but you just never know. Also, if you know any good lawyers that you recommend from the Connecticut, New York, New Jersey area, and you would like to help the family, you can hit me up through email or through IG, and I will transfer that information over to people connected to the family. So let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it. Definitely share this video. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see you on the next one.